How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have a live trading video from a trade that we caught on GU today. We caught some shorts and we made just over 3%, which was very nice. And yeah, I'm basically just going to show you the clips from the live trading, and then once we've seen that, I'll get onto the charts and we can do a breakdown and I'll show you exactly how I took this trade. If you want a more in-depth of how I took this trade, my Telegram will be in the description. So without further ado, we're gonna get over to the charts and yeah, enjoy the video. All right, so we are in a trade right now. I will show you the charts in a second, but it's melting off nicely from the entry. You gotta excuse the beard, it's going a bit crazy right now. I am getting a haircut today. But yeah, I will show you the trade now. So as you can see, we are melting nicely from this area. What I want to see is price close below this low. If it starts rejecting, then obviously that's not a great sign. But yeah, we want to see price close below this low. And I said in my Telegram today that if we fail to close above this high, which we did, and then broke this low, then I would be looking for sells. And as you can see, we've broken this low, and so this is what we're looking at right now. And as I said, ideally we want to be breaking below this low, so I'll keep you updated, and yeah, we'll see what happens. As you can see, we've broken the low now and retesting into it, so this is a good sign that price is going to want to keep selling off, and yeah, hopefully we should go to the TP very soon. If we start with what I was looking at the start of the day on replay, I believe it was around here, like that. I said that I needed to see price either break this high or this low to be looking for positions, because at the moment with these sideways markets, I wasn't really a fan of it. And so if we play price on in London, you can see we come up to the high and we actually failed to close really above it. Yeah, we did slightly, but that's not really one that I would count. So once price failed to break that high and we started pulling down, I was then looking for this low to be broken before this low. And as we come down, as you can see, this big candle here punches through both these lows. Now, this is quite an obvious breaker structure. This one, some people would use, some people might not. But people in my Telegram would know to use this low. And as I said, there is a more in-depth breakdown in my Telegram, like explaining how I took this. But for YouTube, I'll just say that it was this low and this low that we waited to break. And as you can see, we broke here. Now, a lot of my entries, as you know, would probably be in this region here, you know, with the pullback onto, you know, the retest into this area, or we've got obviously the order blocks here. Now, I wanted to explain to you why these weren't the entries I was looking at, and why I was actually to get into the entry here, you know, the retest of this break. Well, firstly, the order block here, if I mark it out, now depending on how you trade order blocks, obviously everyone trades it differently, but for me personally, when this wick comes in here and taps in, that's the order block tested. So for me, when the wick did that, that order block was no longer valid for me. So that's the first reason why I didn't want that order block. Now, in terms of why price wouldn't come to here, there's a few things that come down to this. The first thing is knowing your pair. And I know, for example, GU, which is the pair I trade the most, when we have a big push like that, it isn't instantly going to come back up and retrace up to here to fill the imbalance. It's going to retrace a little bit before dropping off, and then later on collecting the liquidity. So that was the first reason. Second reason was it was coming, you know, towards the end of the day on the Friday. That meant obviously price wouldn't be moving as much, so I didn't expect enough volatility to reach this area for the sells. And the third reason is the one, you know, one of the entry models I talk about in my Telegram, which I don't want to give away for free on here, but that was sort of the exemplar entry model that I would use in this scenario. So I placed my limit here, as you would have seen in the live trading clips, and if we play price on, we get tapped in there, and that was our entry. And then we waited for price to break and close below this low. Now, this is where I got my scale in. Not everyone likes to scale in, and to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend it, especially at the times that I was trading. You know, this was at like you know, 2:30 on a New York session on Friday after a lot of news where volatility wouldn't be as much. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I trusted my strategy, I trusted my plan. So when price would retest into this area, I had my SL here obviously, and then my TP. I had my SL, actually no, I had my SL a bit lower than that. I think I had it I had it in my previous entry actually, that's right, because my reason being was if price is coming back up and breaking these highs again, it's most likely going to continue here and stop me out anyway. So I didn't think price would be able to get to this point in price action, because if it's not closing, or if it's closing above here, that kind of invalidates my trade anyway. We waited for the retest of this area to get the entry, and this was an extra like 1.2%, which is why I was saying like it was like 2% and 1 and a bit around that. So that's how I got the extra profit. But I'll delete that. But you know, I was sort of entering in this area here, and then price comes up and tags us into the re-entry, and then we did have a little bit of, you know, just nothingness until price eventually dropped to our TP. And then I did actually want to sell in this area a second time, but because of how late it got up to that area, as you can see here, that's where I wanted to get in the sell. You know, it was a bit late in New York to want to enter that and to the market closing, so I chose not to, but that was the other sell I was looking at there. And again, I'm not going to say why, but that was my reasoning. So yeah, that was basically the breakdown of the trade I took today. Very simple, just using a few lines, you know, 3 lines, and yeah, we finished the week nicely up just over 3%. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, this sort of more live trading one. I wanted to try and record some sort of live trading clips for the video, and hopefully the breakdown helped you with your own trading. If you did like the video, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post most of these before I make a video about them. But I appreciate everyone watching to this point, and I hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and best of luck in the next week of trading.